Good morning from Tuchuck National Forest Campground. It is a chilly morning here, and I'm having a little trouble waking up. Well, I was just getting water, talking to the guys here who are going to Glacier, and the deers came by last night and ate all the foam out of their helmets. You know, the foam lining in your helmet that gets real sweaty and salty. They also had some clothes out drying, ate through their shirts, and things like that. I even had a deer approach my campsite, approach my tent at 5 a.m. Anyways, we're gonna jump on the bike here real quick after we have our oatmeal and head towards Whitefish. I don't know where we're going. I mean, I know where I'm going, but I don't know where I'm going for the day. So I'm going to probably ride most of the way to Whitefish, grab a camp spot. With that being said, I'm gonna eat here, get going, and then we will push on down the road. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know if you have questions. All right, let's get to it. All right, y'all. Decision time. Go this way and continue on to Whitefish. Go this way, take an unofficial spur route to Polebridge just for the bakery. That's supposed to be divine. What do I do here? But now I'm like, I want to go to Polebridge. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I love a good bakery. I love pastries, pie. Pie is my favorite food. It's my favorite. Cherry pie, taco pie, Frito pie, chicken pot pie, shepherd's pie. Pie is delicious. So, to the bakery we go. Had me a fruit pastry that I got for free since I'm a cyclist. What they don't tell you though is that it's 5 miles and you've got some seriously good descents on the way down here, which means when you get here, you're gonna have to climb back up out of it. So I'm gonna start heading up the road here, and we'll hopefully get to camp not too soon. Still make it kind of a, won't be a short day mileage wise, but hopefully we can get to camp a little earlier tonight.
At this point, with how hot it is, riding my bike up the steeper parts, my heart rate gets going so much that it really starts to bring up my body temp. So I just decided, got about 2 miles, 1 3/4 miles to the top. I'm just gonna walk the steep section, really steep stuff. The less steep stuff I'll ride, and I'll eventually get there. Wow, did you see that lake coming in here? Oh, that is just divine. I'm sitting here at Red Meadows Campground. It's run by the United States Forest Service. Doing pole bridge today. Just really took more on me than I thought it would. I think part of it's the elevation and that my legs weren't recovered from yesterday. But more so, I think it's just the heat. Got really hot this afternoon. So I'm gonna stay here instead. It's probably for the best. There's no sense in pushing it. Getting here early so I could take that dip in that lake was totally worth it. I did hear from a local who rode up here from Whitefish that the mosquitoes are not as bad down at North Whitefish Lake Park. So if I had pushed down there, we'd have had less mosquitoes, but it sounded like he said it was filled up. We ended up doing 44 miles today and about 2,700 feet of climbing, so nothing too crazy bad. Just that heat was killer today, and I think my legs were still feeling it from yesterday. That 13-mile climb was brutal. So I'm gonna get some rest now tonight so I can hopefully get out of here a little early so we can get into Whitefish. Grab a box that I had mailed out here for myself. I'll catch you all later. Good morning. It's the morning, I think, of day 14. Not too sure. Got an okay night's sleep. It was the warmest night I've had out here yet. It's actually the warmest morning I've had out here yet as well. We got a good little sprinkling last night of rain from about, I don't even know, probably 3 a.m. to almost 7 a.m. I got up early so I can make a quick push down to Whitefish and be there when my package arrives, and then we can shove out of there, and ended up staying in bed a little longer just because of the rain. There's no point in riding in the rain if I don't have to. So we're going to go ahead and shove off down to Upper Whitefish Lake for breakfast. I'm not even going to try to eat here. The mosquitoes are just insane, and it's only 8 a.m. and it's not even that warm out yet, so I'm sure they're going to get worse. So with that being said, we'll shove off down the road here and have a little breakfast, and then push on down to Whitefish. Man, that 5 miles down to from Red Meadow Lake to Upper Whitefish Lake was a screaming downhill. So I'm just gonna sit here real quick, have a real quick breakfast, have my oatmeal. I could tell even just with this 5 miles that I hadn't had my oatmeal yet, and I'm somebody who likes to eat before. I know I've had past a lot of riders who like to get out early, ride for like an hour and stop for breakfast, but I've got to eat before. I'm gonna finish this oatmeal and head on down to Whitefish. It has smelled smoky all morning. Coming around this berm, seeing how this looks foggy. Wonder if there's a forest fire in the area. All right, so made it to Whitefish. The route actually doesn't go through downtown Whitefish, kind of skirts around it. But I needed to go to town here, pick up a resupply box at the UPS. I'm even gonna probably grab some food because we're about halfway down the day. I'm trying to get to Big Fork tonight. All right, y'all. I'm finally leaving Whitefish. So now we're gonna head out here. We got about 40 miles left to Big Fork. It's all supposed to be road miles. It's only supposed to be like 1,200 feet of gain. We need to get going. So let's do this. Made to Big Fork, Wayfarers State Park Campground. It's a hiker-biker site here I'm gonna grab for the night. Ran into that guy I've been riding with here, Kyle. He turns 26 in 10 days. That's a cool way to turn 26. Having your birthday on the Great Divide. So rode here with him. That was nice to have a little pick-me-up on those last 12, 15 miles. I'm beat for sure. Ended up doing way more miles than I intended to. Probably because of the running around in Whitefish that I had to do. But nonetheless, we're here. We made it. At the end of the day, we did about 79 miles and about 2,300 feet of climbing. So not a lot of climbing, but a solid day of riding. An enjoyable ride, but I'm ready for food and rest. So I'm just gonna get right to it. The wildfire is right there. I was talking to somebody at the Ace Hardware there. It was like Colberg or something like that. I can't remember the name of the town. Had one going. Apparently Missoula also has a few going. So hope that doesn't affect the route too much for us. If I can get to Helena here, you know, and finish this portion, I'm hopeful that it won't affect the route at all. So who knows? We'll see what happens down the road. I'm gonna get cleaned up here, take a shower, eat some food, go to bed, do it all again tomorrow. So until then, like, subscribe, comment, all that social media stuff, and I will catch you all later.